Hey fam, President Trump is offering a buyout to federal employees. If you're thinking of moving abroad, should you take this buyout? That's the question, whether or not to take advantage of this opportunity. In principle, to receive a lump of money sounds really good, but we're going to offer you 3 criteria to help you navigate through whether or not this is going to position you well and whether or not it works for you. All right, as I said, the federal government via President Trump is offering a buyout for federal employees, of which there are about 2 million federal employees, okay? What they presented via OPM is a deferred resignation email. It was dated January 28, 2025. It probably comes from Elon Musk, who offered a fork in the road for the employees who worked for Twitter when he bought it and turned it into X, because this same email is entitled Fork in the Road. They have until, they being the federal employees who choose to take advantage of it, they have until February 6th. The idea is that you must return to work in person. Those who are excluded, meaning they cannot take advantage of it, are military personnel, immigration people, national security people, and USPS or Postal Service employees. They're going to get 8 months pay, wow, with health benefits. So again, the question is whether or not, if you're thinking of moving abroad, you should take advantage of this opportunity. This in principle sounds good. You're receiving a large sum of money. Principles work in 3 areas or 3 categories. They should be tried and tested. So what we're going to do is we're going to offer you those. It's not limited to these 3. And also we advise you to get advice, guidance from your financial advisor, your lawyer, your CPA, all those important people. We're just giving you some tips that you can run through. First thing, you want to make sure you're in position. That's the word that's going to come up all the time. What do I mean by position? Unless you're Steph Curry shooting a 3-pointer from the logo or at half court, you probably would do better to take the 2 points and just take a shot that's 3 feet from a basketball goal down under the backboard. All right? Position. Are you in position? How do you determine if you're in position? Number one criteria, personal. All right? So you're in the position to receive a large sum of money. Are you out of debt? Do you have debt? What is your physical health like? Have you been keeping up with that? What about health insurance? Have you been thinking about that long before this opportunity found you? Is it the right time or the wrong time for you personally? What about Social Security? Are you near that? Are you at that age of 62 where you can go ahead and file for your Social Security? Were you mentally thinking of leaving already? And that's going to slide us into number 2, which is context. So what I'm saying is number 1 is personal. Look at anything in your life that's coming at you from a point of view of personal. Does it fit these criteria? Because it's in principle to receive a lot of money is nice, but we need to feed it through these sifters here. Number 2 is context. All right. Are you in position from a point of view of context? What do I mean by context? Well, did you have an exit plan already in place? And this is just a trigger for you, the bonus that you didn't see coming. Are you socially ready? What do I mean by socially? Well, you were going to this job, you've had this career for a number of years, and now all of a sudden you're going to exit it. Are you mentally ready for that? Speaking of being mentally ready, have you thought about the fact that you won't be with the individuals that you may have interacted with in person or via virtual and Zoom calls for many years? You were working I worked as part of a team. That part of the team was in DC and I was in Los Angeles. Are you ready to not do what was your calling? What was your purpose before? Is your family on board? In other words, what is the context for you? Are they ready for you to leave? Have you discussed it with them? Are they ready to have you in the same place? I've heard spouses say that they liked going to work because they couldn't be in the same house with their spouse all day being home from work. So that's part of their enjoyment from work. I know it's kind of unusual, but I've heard people literally say that. So that's about positioning from a point of view of context. Last, number 3, geography. So the first was personal, the second was context, and the last one here is geography. So when we have a great opportunity, what we need to do is feed it through those 3 areas minimally. Try to get some more if you have them. Geography. So here's this boatload of money coming your way. Do you live in Los Angeles? Do you live in the DMV, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia area? Do you live in Miami? If you live, Chicago, New York, if you live in any of these areas, yes, it's a nice lump sum of money, but principally speaking, it may not fit for geographically where you are unless you've been thinking about moving abroad and you're going to go somewhere where the cost of living is lower, and therefore you will be in a better position to take advantage of the money. Also, safety. Safety is a very important thing. Do you feel safe from a financial point of view? Do you feel safe from just living with your family or whoever's going to go with you? So the question is, are you in the best position to take advantage of this opportunity? That's a way that you can now go through the process of those 3 areas to see how well does it fit you in your particular situation. They were personal, they were context, and they were geographical. We're AWM. We generally help people with the thought of moving abroad. Visit our website and learn more about us. Thank you. Awaken with Mark is a channel that is charting the journey of our family. It's what happens when an African American family relocates to the continent of Africa. And I'll tell you what happens. We start winning. That's what happens.